Check 1.
Okay. Aloha! I'm getting my low G in tune. You may want your low G. Hi everyone. There we go. Okay. Aloha from La La Land. That's fun. Wow, it's so dark. This is our first post-daylight savings jam. I might need to... Okay, I'll play with the lighting as we go. I just posted the chord chart, so go to... It should be attached to the Patreon post. Hopefully, if you check the post, it should be there. And someone can help me confirm that. It should be there. Yes, I started trying to do the whole thing and then realized, oh, it's time. We might want to review part 1. Well, for those of you who have part 1, we can review it first. And if you don't, maybe you can dig it up. Yeah, part 1 is also in the original tutorial post. So thanks everybody for bearing with me a little bit. I just put new strings on my custom Tide. Yeah, this is the Tide Music ukulele they made for me. It's called The Bay. Look at this amazing inlay. This is all wood inlay. I love that. It's not painted. It's actually inlay wood. Yeah. And I put Worth Browns on it. I'm actually really happy with how it sounds. Yeah. So refresh part 1 for yourself. Yeah, the inlay really is amazing. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm reading your comments now. Yeah, so this this song is a beast. I've definitely been struggling with it because you know what's interesting about Stairway to Heaven is that like so many people have played it on the guitar, but translating it to the ukulele is definitely a jump. It takes like you can't translate the chords directly, so I have to like listen and adjust and decide on new chords, and so I've been tweaking it. Yeah, so hopefully it will be fun for everyone. Christina is asking, what did they string with originally? I think they were Martin strings, and I think they told me just it's what their local ukulele shop had, so that's why. Ooh, sorry for the jiggle there. I have found that Worth Browns, I know a lot of people have been posting about the fluorocarbon strings. There's something about the tension of fluorocarbon strings that can really help even out and balance your sound. So it's always fun to try different strings. Let's say aloha to all the folks who tuned in. Thank you so much, given the late post. Wendy from the Bay Area. Aloha Edgar, Donald, Leah, Carolyn, Kevin, and Christina from LA, John from Petaluma, who's been waiting for this lesson, I know. Randall from Boston, Diane from Rhode Island. Oh, we got our East Coast fans. Chantel from Calgary, I love that name. Jill from snowy Anchorage. Wow, it's that time of year. Okay. If you've practiced that, yeah. If you haven't, that's okay. We'll review that picking pattern today in the second part. So part 1 is basically that picking pattern for most of it, as many of you've learned. Then we get to the break, and so part 2 is going to be the break and this second verse essentially. So let's start by looking at the chords of the break here. Single strums, right? We go A minor, right? So this is the part that goes ooh, and it makes me wonder. Oh, okay. Let's focus here. All right, so I'll just break it down. The first chord, A minor, we go down, down, up, down, up, down. We'll break that down a little bit more too, but for now, I'll just give you that much, okay? The A minor, right? Down, down, up, down, up, down. I found that also in making this chart, I have to designate the strums because they're so iconic. So I do that later on too, more of that. All right, A minor, let's try it together. And down, down, up, down, up, down. Again, and down, down, up, down, up, down. Yep. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4 is the count essentially. Okay, so we go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and yeah, it's 1 really. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1 to the A minor 7. You just add your middle finger, or to your middle finger, add your ring finger. That's the way I would play it. So that's that first measure essentially. A minor to the ooh, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. This song has like a lot of idiosyncrasies, so we just have to pay attention to those, okay? So that first measure, we'll try it again, and down, down, up, down, up, down, A minor 7. And this is, there's an asterisk next to it because it's a special A minor 7. It's a different voicing, you might say. Aloha, Connie and Joanne, Portland folks, yeah, or Oregon folks. Okay, then we move to our single strum on D sus4, and then D sus4 to D, you just slide your ring finger back. Okay, let's try that first half. Ready? A minor, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, A minor 7, D sus4. And that's the timing. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, A minor 7, D sus4, D. Yeah? One more time, and then we'll keep going. 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Okay? Now the second half, the first half, the first part is the same. Joanne, you want to go to the Patreon post to get the chord chart, yeah? Okay. And then so for the it makes me wonder, we're going to go to the same A minor, down, down, up, down, up, down, A minor 7, and then you're moving through these 4 chords quickly but in time. E minor, D, C, D. And I'm using my low G. It might sound a little different if you're using your high G. The song I like better on the low G because it was a guitar song before, yeah? Okay. So let's just do that second half of the break. Right, the second half of the break, we go A minor, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, A minor 7, E minor, D, C, D. So it's a lot of fast moving, but chords that we'll mostly know, right? So E minor, you can tuck your ring finger for C, stack up your D. Oh, I put that wrong. E minor. So E minor to D. Maybe leave your ring finger where it is and stretch these 2 fingers. That's going to be a big stretch. E minor, stretch, D. But see if you could build up that stretch. If you don't have that stretch, you could kind of slide the fingers, and that'll help you get into place. E minor, D, C, D. Okay, let's try that with the A minor part of it. Ready? 2, 3, and down, down, up, down, up, down. A minor 7 to the E minor. So maybe you slide your ring finger out. E minor. D, C, D. Yeah, that's pretty tough in terms of what you're going to do stretching wise. A minor 7. Maybe you take that ring finger, slide it over. E minor, D, C, D. Okay. Let me know if you want to work on those chord changes more. Yeah? Okay. All right. Let's do the whole line slowly. Hey, Linda, we're starting with the break. Whole line nice and slow. Okay, we'll go 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up, down. A minor 7, D says 4, D, 3, 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, down. E minor, D, C, D. That's the timing of that. We really want to get that under our belts because in part 2, we are playing that repeatedly. Yep. So see if you can get more familiar with that. Yeah. Donald's saying it's easier to play the A minor with the index. You could totally do that. Sometimes I'm doing that, but sometimes I'm not. Yeah. Let's try that whole line again. Pretty slow. 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down. A minor 7. That part's not too bad because you can just slide your fingers again. Second half and to the E minor. Okay, so I'll leave that for you to practice. We're going to practice it many times as we go through the song. Then we're going to move on to the verse, and we're going to use our picking pattern, the same one that we did for part 1, which was to pick 1 and 4 at the same time. Yeah, well, let's play, let's see. 1 and 4, and then 2, 3, 4. Okay? So before we get into the picking pattern, let's just single strum through our verse with some singing. Yeah? And I marked this as riff 3 because in part 1 we had riff 1, which was one chord pattern, riff 2, which was a different chord pattern, and then riff 3 now is an even different chord pattern, although the chords are a lot easier in this pattern. Okay, so let's just single strum. There's a feeling I get, ready, and there's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. So you'll see there I wrote counts 1, 2, 3. That means the F falls on 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So it's just something to plan for because once we're finger picking, it's going to feel a little bit different. Yeah. So let's, if you know the song too, it goes with the singing and that can help. Let's try that one more time, single strums on that first line, and we'll do both lines this time. Ready? There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. Second line. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. Okay? So now let's apply our picking pattern, right? And we'll do it one chord at a time because we're just kind of getting back into this picking pattern. So C, right, you're going to pluck 1 and 4 at the same time, and then 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now let's just move through our chord pattern, one picking pattern at a time. Let's just start with the C. Pick, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll move to the G. Pick, 2, 3, 4, A minor. Pick, 2, 3, another A minor. C, G. Okay, so this is where the 1, 2, 3 comes into play. Okay, so we're not going to finish the G pattern because the G pattern would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So instead of hitting the 4, you're going to move to a strum on the F. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can take some time to get used to. If you know the song, it makes it a little bit easier, but just plan on G. We go pick, 2, 3, 4. Strum F on the 4. Let's try that again. Ready? And pick, 2, 3, F. Okay? Now this time we'll finish with the A minor because it's just one strum on F and then one A minor. Pick on the G. Ready? And pick, 2, 3 to the F. F, A minor. Okay? So, and my spirit is crying for leaving. Okay? It does kind of make more sense with the singing, but at the same time, I want you to understand what the counts are behind it. Yeah? Okay. Let's try the whole first line. We'll go really slow. Yeah? Okay? Nice and slow. We'll go, try to pick it. There's a feeling I get when I, A minor, look to the west, and my sea spirit is, here's the 3, crying for leaving. Okay? Did that feel okay in terms of like hitting that 4? Yeah, let's try one more time, same place. Yeah? 1, 2, there's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. Shall we try the second line? Same thing, planning for the 1, 2, 3 hit. Yep. Second line. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. For anyone who's more of a beginner, who isn't quite ready for the picking yet, I would encourage you to just single strum through along with us, so you could practice the left hand, and if you want, you can on the right hand just try plucking 1 and 4 at the same time, right? In my thoughts I have seen it through the rings of smoke through the trees, and that just gives you a place to start to hit the 1, and later you can add the other notes in there. Yep. Okay, now let's try, at the end, we're going to add an interlude. So you'll see there it says interlude is C and G. It's just C and G on the same picking pattern, right? So picking C and then G. And then we're going to go into our break. Ooh, and it makes me wonder. So we're going to repeat that interlude and break a lot. So it's just something to get used to. Actually, let's do that right now. We'll do interlude, meaning we pick C and we pick G and then break. Right, keep going with the break. Do that all again. I just kind of went right into it, but that's the idea of how we put it together. I gotta retune a lot given these new strings. Okay. Interlude and break. Let's try it. C. Ready? Pick, 2, 3, 4. Pick, G. Pick and break. Strum. Down, up, down, up, down. D, sus, 4, D. 3, 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down. E minor, D, C, D. It's fast. Again, if you're more beginner, focus on the chord changes. It's always a good place to focus. That way you just have the left hand to worry about. Don't worry about the right hand yet. Let's try our first verse, right? Lines 1 and 2 going into the interlude and the break, okay? So we start with, there's a feeling I get, plucking, ready, on the 1 and 4. 1, 2, there's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit, 1, 2, 3, is crying for leaving. Here we go, second line. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. Remember the 1, 2, 3? Okay, interlude C. Pick G. Now break A minor. Down, down, up, down, and sus D. 3 and down, down, up, down. Hit E minor, D, C, D. And we're actually going to do that twice. Yeah, I guess I could either do break times 2, or I can make it clear that, ooh, it makes me wonder. I mean, I wrote it twice, meaning we do it twice, but I think that's not so clear, so I will edit that for later. Okay, so it's definitely getting dark. I'll have to open the shades in a second. Let's try from the top of this this chart, meaning we play the break twice, we play verse 1 and 2, and then we play interlude and break again, and then we'll stop there, okay? From the top, break, again, single strum if you need to. 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, and sus, D. Ooh, and it makes me wonder. Again, break. Sus, D. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Get ready to pick. See, there's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit 3 is crying for leaving. In my thoughts, I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of 1, 2, 3, those who stand looking. Okay, interlude C, pick 1 and G, break A minor, down, down, up, down, and sus, D. Oh, and it makes me wonder. E minor, break one more time, A minor. Oh, and it makes me wonder. How's that going? Let me know how it's going while I open the shade here. Yeah, I need a little bit more light. It's so weird to be at that time of year. Okay. I don't know. Is that better? Somewhat better? Okay. So let's just play through the rest of this page as practice, right? We're repeating the same thing in terms of picking the verse line and then playing the interlude and break, and then we're going to switch to a rock strum. Yep. Okay, so let's say we just did that break. Let's do line 3, and it's whispered that soon. Yep. Okay, so we'll try it on the picking. Line 3, 1, 1, 2, and it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason. Yeah, remember that 1, 2, 3. Line 4, and a new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forest 1, 2, 3. Echo, oh, echo with laughter. So yeah, keeping that 3 is important. Oh, and I forgot to just keep going to the interlude and break. Let's do that one more time. Line 3 and line 4, go to the interlude and break, and then we're going to move to the rock strum after that, but with the same chords, but it does feel different. So let's try from line 3. Ready? Picking. And it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason, and the new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forest will 1, 2, 3 laughter. Interlude C and G and break. Okay, ooh, and it makes me wonder. Again. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Okay, now we move into the same chords, same 3 count on G, but we're going to do it with a rock strum, okay? For those who may not remember the rock strum, we'll just review quickly. You can mute your strings to review. You're going to go down, 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 up, down, 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 up. You want the 1 and the 3 to be heavier, and then the smaller beats to play a little bit lighter, and you want to make sure that up comes in between beats, so that you go 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and yeah. So it's gonna sound like this. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, it'll be alone now. Right? So you guys know that feeling. Like once I play it, it's like, oh, it's like a head banging feeling, right? That's the head banging feeling that you want. It's a rock song, right? So rock strum, rock song, yeah. So let's try muted rock strum and feeling that head banging feeling. Ready? And we go 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2. If the up strum is throwing you off, then just do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. If the little down strums are throwing you off, you can just play on the beat. You can go 1, 2, 1, 2. All right? There are always ways to simplify, and it's more important to keep the timing steady than it is to try to fit in all of those extra strums. Those extra strums just make it a little bit more exciting, but focus on the rhythm of what you're hitting. Okay, let's play through the chord pattern without any singing with the rock strum. Okay, let's start on the C and just turn that C around. Feel that head banging feeling. We go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Everybody on C? Head bang. All right, let's try the chords. We go C, G, A minor, C, G, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, that's the trick. 1, 2, 3. G, we go 1, 2, 3, 1. Right to the F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. But we'll just say it's 1 because it's the first beat on the F. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're not finishing the rock strum on the G, you're just shifting over to hit the F on the 4. So actually, let's just do that a little bit, turning it around. That'll probably take some getting used to. So on G, we'll go 1, 2, 3, F, right? So we'll go down and down, down. Okay, let's try the A minor 2. 3, 4. 1 and 2, F, A minor. Again, and. Ready? 3, 4. going to take a little bit of getting used to. If I slow it way down, right, you go 1 and 2 and, okay? So let's try it now, singing slowly with line 5, if there's a bustle in your hedgerow. Okay, ready? We go 2, 3, 4. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean from May Queen. 3, 4. Well, let's pause there. Let's pause there. Hopefully, let me know if you're, getting that G to F change with the rock strum. I can go over that more. Let's try both lines, line 5 and line 6. Yeah. Feel that beat, the headbanging beat. 2, 3, 4. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a 1, 2, 3. Next line 6. And yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Same thing again with the 1, 2, 3. It's just getting used to it. Okay. So let me know how that's going. Let's try that into the interlude and break. Okay, so you're going to get to the end of that. There's still time to change the road you're on. Now go back to the picking interlude. See, pick and break. Down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. So you're switching back and forth between rock strum, picking, then this interesting break strum. Okay, let's try verse 5, 6 into the interlude break. Okay, we're feeling that rock strum. Rock it out. 3, 4. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. 3, 4. Yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Get ready to pick on C and pick, break, A minor, down, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, and it makes you wonder. Line 7 and 8, you're going to go back to the rock strum again. Okay, so let's do let's do rocking on, starting on 5, on line 5. We're going to go through the break and then keep rocking through line 7 and 8, verse 7 and 8. Okay, just slowly putting the parts together. Again, go at the pace that you need to go. Right? Okay, here we go. 2 on if there's a bustle, feel it. 1 and 2 and a 1 and here we go. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for May Queen. 3, 4. Yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Get ready to pick on C and pick and G, break, A minor, down, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Again. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Okay, keep rock strumming on line 7. Your head is humming and it won't go. to a different break. Okay, so this is essentially part 2. I haven't decided yet if the break 2 is going to be part of part 3 or part 2. I was trying to figure that out because I know people really want the tab for the solo. Like, I'm not a soloist at all, but I will try to do it because it would be fun, that's for sure. So I want to walk you through that next break and also through the end, because the end is just so much fun. For me, that's the most fun part. But let's try. Let's take a look at. Actually, let's just go from the top. Let's go from the top, and then we'll add that other break, because I think there's a lot going on, and putting it together is actually a really big part. Like we've done the different picking and strumming parts. Let's see how much we can put together. Yeah. Yeah, Christina, I knew that as soon as I said there's mochi, you're gonna stop playing and just like watch the kitty. Okay, let's try from the top. Okay, ready? 2, 3, break. I got a tune. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Picking on the first verse. There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. Remember the 1, 2, 3 interlude C and G and break A minor. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Picking, and it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will 1, 2, 3 reason, and a new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forest will 1, 2, 3 laughter. Interlude C and G and break. Oh, and it makes me wonder. And get a lot of practice on. Okay, rock strum. And if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, there'll be a line down. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Feel that headbang. And yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Yeah, just feel those downbeats. Pick C, pick G, break. If you're struggling with the rock strum, just hit those downbeats. Feel the downbeats first, right? Oh, and it makes me wonder. And then you can add the small beats later. Right, here we go. We go 1. Your head is humming and it won't go. In case you don't know, feel those downbeats. The piper's calling you to join him. 3, 4. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? And did you know your stairway lies on the whispering wind? One more interlude. Pick and G. And then we'll go to the next page. And look, it just got dark. Oh boy. Okay, let me turn on the light. I always seem to forget that I'm gonna need light, and this lighting is so sad. I'm sorry. I need to find a better way to light this in the winter time. Okay. Yeah, just look at this weird glow, weird computer glow. All right, that's okay. It's just for the patrons. You guys get to see me in my natural home computer glow light. Okay, so then on the second page break, right, we are going to, I want to walk you through this pretty quickly. I mean, as long as you all are willing to hang around, because I think as much of part 3 as I can give you, it will just make everybody happier, because the Stairway to Heaven fans have been so rabidly waiting. So let's just walk through these chords. You have a D sus2. Sorry, gotta tune up again. New, fresh strings. Okay. So D sus2 is just the first 2 fingers of D. So what we're doing is this really fast strum. We go D sus2 D, and then move your ring finger over for D sus4. So it sounds like this. So you can go down up down, but you also can just do down strums. Sound familiar? Yeah. So you can also do down up down, down. It's actually smoother to do the down up down. That's a little bit more intermediate, but feel free to just down strum it, okay? So it's also super fast. So this is the way it sounds as far as I can remember. We go, after the break, we go interlude, and we go D, do do do, do do do, do do do. Yeah. John is laughing at Rapidly Waiting because I think I've gotten more than 5 messages from John about Stairway to Heaven Part 2. Okay, so that's the timing of it. The timing of it really kind of depends on you knowing the song. I would imagine that you all know the timing pretty well, because this song is a favorite for a lot of people, and I didn't really know this song before I was before the patrons voted for this song, so it's still new to me, but it is interesting to hear all of those iconic parts. Yep. Okay, so right, let's try however you want to do it. Right now, I'll play it again, and we'll just keep turning it around, that first line with the D. So you go D, walk it up, walk it, sus, D. Those last 2 hits are pretty even, okay? One more time. We'll start with the D, and we go D, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, Christina, you're right. Yeah. That I'm sorry, I forgot to put the chat window in there. That's so weird. I was rushing it, and usually I have the chat window in there, and you guys can't see that now. The deal was that if John posted a video of himself playing Stairway to Heaven, that I would be more encouraged to make part 2, and he did. And I know it was nerve-wracking for him, but it sounded great. It sounded amazing. Okay. So here it is. It's time. Okay, so that's the way the first line goes, and then the second line is super cool. Okay, so it's kind of like a variation of the rock strum. It sounds like this. Oh yeah. This one took a little bit to figure out. Okay, so just play the chords first. You're going C, and then you're adding, I would add my middle finger here, but this is some random chord, C major sharp 11. I think it's just you know, adding a funky chord to make it funky. Yeah. So now I've written out the strums there because we want it to sound accurate. So on the C, we're going down, down, up, and then you're adding your middle finger for the major sharp 11, down, down, up, and then you're going back to the C for down, down, up. Yeah. So we'll walk through that super slowly. Okay. We'll go 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay? Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. That's what it sounds like when you turn it around and keep it even. Okay? So I'll play that slower, but keep going on it. Yeah? Ready? 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, to the top. Down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay? That's the weird part, is that like the way it ends, it feels shorter, but you have to go right back into it. Yeah? So we go C, C major, C and C, C major. Yes, this part was missing from the work in progress, and this is what I definitely spent a lot of time on this today. Okay, so you can definitely spend a lot of time working the timing of all this. Let me play those first 2 lines together, and then give you an idea of like how it chains together. The timing is funky. I'm simplifying the timing to make it easier to learn, but if you listen to the original, yeah, you can massage it to be closer to the original. Yeah. Okay. So for the break, it starts D 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 3 C down down up down up down down up down up down down. Right? Okay, so we're gonna play the second time around. We play it through once, and then the second time around we only play 1 C measure, and then we go to rock strum on the G and B minor, which leads us into the solo. Okay, so let's play that second line so that you can hear the second C line, I mean. So you're gonna go C down, down, up, major, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Then you're going to go to a G. These chords are also a little funky. I was like not finding the exact chord that I wanted to play, but I don't know that it's going to be manageable on the ukulele. You're going to move to the G and then rock strum, down, 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 up, B minor, down, 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 up, and then you start wailing on the solo. But then we'll go to continue with the rock strum. And we'll just play the rock strum underneath the solo until we get the solo. Okay, but that C line with the G and B minor, I'm just going to play it through so you can hear it. So it goes C major, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and then B. That's my solo. Okay, I'm going to try to put the whole break 2 together. Yeah. Actually, no. We should walk through it slowly. Let's walk through putting the first line and the second line together, the D line and the C line together, because that will take a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's play the D line. Ready? So the first strum we go 1. Oh no, regular D. Yeah. Sorry. D 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 sus D. Okay, now we're gonna go to the C. Ready? And down, down, up, major, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, and we're gonna do that again. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, now we're gonna do line 1 and line 2, the D and the C line, and try to connect it. Okay, ready? 2, 3, 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 D. as a C. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Okay? It will take some time to just put it all together, but I want you to just like feel it. Yeah. Like if you can feel it when I'm doing it, then eventually you'll get there, and you can always practice with this. Yeah. And the tutorial will make the tutorial. Okay, let's try it where we go then back into the D line and maybe try to finish out that break 2. Okay, ready? Here we go. 3, 4. D, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. C. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Back to the D. 1, 2, 3. The second C. And the G. Down, 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 up, down, down, down. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, I definitely put time into this because also I know that this song, like, it means a lot to a lot of people, and it's also, if you don't capture the specifics, I feel like then you cheat the song. So I really wanted to capture those specifics. There's also not a many ways to simplify this. I simplified part 1 a lot. This part, I actually feel like it's manageable as long as you take the time to work through it, you know? It's more that, like, you can capture all of those cool parts. It's just strumming and some funky chords, you know? Okay, so from there, from the G to the B minor, thank you guys, yeah, to the B minor, then the solo, well, I'll tab it out, but basically underneath the solo, if you're not soloing, then as the solo is playing, you can just play A minor, rock strum, G, F. You can just rock strum the whole thing. And Kevin, this is the way you can practice rock strum, right? It's like 1, 1 and 2 and a 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 1 and 2 and 2. Okay? That's what you're playing underneath the solo. Let's get to riff 4. I walked through this in the last live lesson that we did for it, but I want to do it again, mostly because I don't want to vote on this song again. I definitely want to just like make both of these tutorials and have them available for everyone. So it's the same chords, the A minor, G, F. So this is why this becomes like the third movement, right? Like our first part 1 had a certain set of chords and picking. Part 2 had a certain feel, right? That interlude break thing. And then part 3 is this rocking out A minor, G, F pattern. So I think of it as movements, you know, like, you know, in classical music, you would have like the first movement is exciting, and the second movement is quieter, and third movement is exciting, and that kind of thing. Okay. So the reason why I like part 3 so much is because it just totally rocks. It goes crazy. Okay, we go 1, 2, chicka chicka, 1, 2, chicka chicka. And I know some of you have already been working on this because I tabbed or charted it in the live lesson, the work in progress version, right? But we'll just review it. So same chords, and what you're gonna do is 2 hits on A minor. Actually, you can play the whole thing just doing the hits. You can just go A minor, G, F, 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 G. Okay, that's it. That's the sounds that you hear, the chord sounds that you hear. A minor, G, F, 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 G. And that's just timing and rhythm. If you want to get a little bit fancy, then we're going to add muting, the like fast chucking, okay? So the fast chucking means we go A minor, you got to put your fingers down to touch the strings, and then you go down, up, A minor. That's the timing, okay? Ready? A minor. Again, ready? And for those of you who aren't as familiar with chucking, what I see people doing is they go chuck, and then they get stuck on the way up. So you want to just kind of get used to scratch, 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 scratch. Yep, scratch, 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 scratch. You just sit in front of your TV and practice scratch. That the scratching is nice and clear. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going to practice just A minor and then the scratching. A minor. I could do that all day. Okay, let's move to our G, right? And then to mute, you might have to use your pinky here, right? G. Just G to touch the strings. Okay, now let's try the F, okay? Now, when we get to the F, this is really more advanced. So you're going to go F, and then you got to go chuck, chuck. F, chuck, chuck, and then you go up strum F, F, chuck, chuck, F, chuck, chuck, F, chuck, chuck. I lost track of where I was. The idea is that your arm is always going down and up, and you're just going to, these are triplets. The down, up, down, up. Each F is a triplet. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, so it's 4 beats, but you're breaking it down into triplets for each beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Okay, it's crazy and it's awesome. So it's worth spending the time to figure that out. Okay, and I mean, I hope you can understand now why we really needed 3 parts for this, right? This is, I could spend a lot of time just practicing this one skill, right? So, but I didn't want to dumb it down because, I mean, you certainly could just go, but eventually, right? Well, especially since there's plenty of you who are intermediate players already, but if you love this song, you're going to get to the point where you really want to get that chuck down, right? So we go F, chuck, chuck, F, chuck, chuck, F, chuck, chuck, F, chuck, chuck, and then F, G is how we finish it, okay? Let's do the whole line slowly, and we'll wrap it up for today, okay? Ready? We'll go whole line slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor and chuck, 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 and G. Chuck, 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 and F. Still too fast. That's too fast. All right, a little slower. 1, 2, 3, and A minor. Chuck, 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 and G. Chuck, 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 and F and F and F and F and F, G. Okay? One more time, and we'll kind of like sing through some of it. Yeah? So we'll go 2, 3, 4. And as we ride on down the road, our shadows taller than our soul. There walks a lady we all know. I'm still struggling with this too. Who shines white light and turns to wait, and wants to show how everything still turns to gold. And if you listen very hard, the two will cover you at last. I don't know if that's the melody, I'm making it up. When all are one and one is all. To be American after all. And then just through the end of the song, there's 3 more you're gonna go. You can just rock strum, or you can keep doing this, but you can go rock strum. You're just rocking, rocking. Third one. and then single strum F, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. Okay. John is asking, can you play all the way through at normal speed so we know how it's supposed to sound? That's true. That's true. Yes. Maybe some of us can reach that in the next year or so, and maybe some of you can record it and post it. Wouldn't that be exciting? Okay. So I'm going to play from the top at a regular speed. You know, play along as best you can. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah. We're starting with the break. No, maybe we don't need to start the break because we heard most of the break. Yeah, that first page. Let's just start at the second page. Let's start at the second page. Yeah. Okay. So, ready? Let's play this whole page at a regular speed. Right. So we just came from the interlude. Like a 60% of that. Okay. Sing it with me. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. I should tell people to do that. Do the upward strum for the last strum. Yeah, that way you end with the low notes. I know, headbanging emoji. It's totally awesome for headbanging, that's for sure. Okay, so that's part 2 and part 3 should give you a lot to work on. And I will probably still clean up this chart a little bit, but I've definitely been trying to tweak it. Spending a lot of time tweaking it. And we'll get that solo in there, although I don't think I'm going to teach the solo. I'll just provide the tab for people to learn when they're ready to learn it, because people are eager for every part of this and every song. if you haven't noticed from the comments on my YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for bearing with the last minute posting and the delay, and yeah, have fun. I know you will. Thank you so much for pre-ordering Cozy Christmas. If you haven't done that yet, you have a patron discount code. Use the code Cozy Patrons for everything discounted in my store, 15% off. The pre-orders help me to get on the charts, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. I think we'll be able to. And if you're in the Bay Area, our holiday Ook Jam is December 9th, so hope to see you there. I'm doing a holiday jam, beginner holiday jam next week for our beginner live jam, and then I'm going to do an additional beginner holiday jam because we're going to use the holiday jam packet from 2016, and there's 13 songs and there's too many to teach in one sitting, so I might actually break it up into 4 different workshops. That way we get a good amount of time, and I want you to be able to have songs to play with your friends and family and your ook squads for the holidays. So I'll see you next week for that. I'll post about that really soon. Thank you guys so much. I'm really happy that we're able to get this done. It's like it's like a Christmas gift for everybody. Okay, everybody have a good night. I'll see you, and I'll play you out with some more rockin'. How about it, huh? Yeah. Thank you for tuning